Hey Alpha fam, welcome back to another episode of Alpha Commission. Today on Alpha Commission, I just thought it would be a good idea to go over that bull setup that we did present to you guys. Now, guys, a few days ago, I did suggest that Bitcoin may have bottomed at the bottom of this structure. We did not get a deviation that then brought back up into the wedge. However, we did get a local double bottom off of bullish divergence, and that did suggest a possible play. So, of course, while this is a giant downtrend, we did have some type of interesting area here, which did suggest that we could hedge against that downtrend continuation and perhaps even find a change of character going forward. And if we were able to do that, then we would be keeping in with that golden parabola. So guys, I think it is time to just check in on that golden parabola and see how we're doing. As you can see, that parabola did start at the bottom of the market. And while we do occasionally just dip our toes underneath it, as long as we are able to find support, we can continue to crawl up that parabola and continue on with this bullish price action. Currently, we did dip our toes just recently under the golden parabola, but as it has this entire bull cycle, the parabola has held, and in fact, we have made almost to the penny. We have made a higher low off of it. So as long as we're above that 79,300, maybe conservatively 79,600, as long as we're above that little zone off of this higher low, I would consider that this bull run is still intact. And in fact, we may be putting in a squeeze right now that could break out of this downtrend and start to change the characteristics of this market. And as long as we're above 83,000, at least here on the daily, bulls are now starting for the first time to have the advantage. And as long as we can hold that level and definitely above that 79,000, let's just say 600 to 300 area, then things are going to be looking good. Even if we do just get a little bit of a pullback in this area, as long as we're able to kind of accumulate along the edge here, I would expect that our baby shark harmonic is going to play out its deeper measured move to perhaps that 87,000 area, where we could see a bit of an overthrow and just fill out this entire range. If we're able to fill out this entire range here, then we would be looking at those low 90s as a potential extension price point. And as long as we do flip those 90K area, then we are back at the top of this market. We are within striking range of that double top and breaking out to just a parabolic expansion to the upside. Now, of course, the corollary to this is if we do lose that $79,300 area, we are going to get embedded underneath the parabola, and that could end up being just a rejection of this market. And if we do continue to break down from there, then hey guys, we could even see targets, in the 50s and 40s, and that would not be a good thing. Okay, that would be a very long bear market potentially. Now, one thing that could throw us a curveball is that we could actually have a breakout of this structure, do a deeper retest, and then quickly get bought up. If the market wants to do some shenanigans like that, it's not impossible. It's unlikely, but it's not impossible. Often with these very steep falling wedges, you sometimes get very steep back test. And so on that back test, you probably do want to skim a little bit of profit in that 87K to, let's just say, 93K area, somewhere in the top 1/3 of this range. Just want to de-risk just a little bit in case we do get that deeper pullback. Of course, if we do find support, that'll be a higher low by definition, as long as we're above that 75K level, which could then end up in a inverted head and shoulders that can bring us back to the top of this market, in which case we're back, baby. We're going to be back in business. And yeah, guys, so this is looking pretty good here for our longs. I don't really see anything to suggest that we should get out of our longs right now, except that, of course, in the past, this has been rejected, 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 rejected? Are we going to get rejected again in this area? If you did join me in this long, this could be a nice area to skim a little profit, maybe get back in on a pullback or on the breakout or on the higher low, up to you, depending upon your risk profile. I'm not your daddy. I'm not going to tell you what to do. All right. And I'm also not a financial advisor here. So yeah, I guess, guys, the only thing that I would want to add to that is that since we're talking about these harmonics, just remember that that deeper target would actually be the extreme target of this massive, massive bearish harmonic that we had back here, which, you know, it is considered technically completed, but it does have an extension move down to those lower 60s. So again, if they want to put the fear of God in us, yes, we could have another shakeout in this market, and that thing better be bought back up. Now, where would we be looking at in the bull case? Again, that 120 to 130 area still looks very interesting, but conservatively, you really want to pay attention to whether or not we're getting accepted above that 90 to 93K area. And again, the measured move on that harmonic is only to 87. So there could be some shenanigans in this area. But as a range play, yep, 91, 90K, definitely on the table should we get that breakout. All right, guys, that's going to be your alpha for the day. Stay safe and happy trading.